Uh, Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us. Today I have a very special person, and it's a very big honor and privilege to be with the person I am with today. And without going any further, allow me introduce the person I'm with today. So please, I would like you to introduce yourself to our viewers. Yeah, and tell them who you are, just in a brief.
Yes, thank you, dear viewers. Hopefully this message finds you well and healthy. My name is Reagan Mwebesa. I'm in my 4th year at Kyambogo University. I study land surveying, and I'm currently the guild president of the 20th Guild Government. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You've understood that I'm with the guild president, the 20th guild president of Kyambogo University is here right with us. We are one-on-one with him, and we are going to ask him about issues of the students. Some of the questions were sent to me by the students themselves, and I would like him to address them. If you have any more questions, you can put them in the comment section, or you can reach us, and maybe he can give us another opportunity to talk to him any other time. So we have understood that what defines you is a guild president, Kyambogo University. Yeah. So besides, can we get like the background of our guild president at Kyambogo University? Because someone there might be there knowing just the name of the guild president, but someone needs to know what's his home district. Yeah, things like that. So a brief background about you, His Excellency.
Well, thank you so much. I'm a born of Rukunjiri district in southwestern Uganda. I attended a school called Banga Progressive Primary School in Nyarushanje sub-county, that is Rubavu County, Rukunjiri district. I originate from the Great Bujumbura, a county that has had one of the biggest brands of great men in this country, gentlemen like Jim Mwezi, people like Aronda Nyakirima, people like the late Keith Mahakanizi, gentlemen that have really impacted this country. I attended St. Mary's College Chitovu for my ordinary level, and St. Mary's Chitenge for my A level.
Yeah, the one that got 108 in 8. I've been seeing that one.
I usually want to find winners, and I went to join the winning team, like Dr. Lawrence Mulindo used to say. That is it briefly.
So speaking of, so that's when you came to Kyambogo University
from Chitende.
So can we have the political journey too? Where does the political thing come into you from? Where did it start?
I have been a leader all throughout. I was a leader in St. Mary's College Utovu from senior 1 to senior 4. I was the head of the chapel council in my senior 1, and I think I'm the first Anglican to lead the Catholic chapel council.
Hey, that's wonderful.
I led as far as O level, and I think in the history of that college, I have my name written.
Yeah,
as one of the greatest leaders. I will say so many titles, but I can clearly say that I was one of the biggest people in the hierarchy of student leadership there, and very impactful, especially in a few things here and there, especially to do with students airing out their grievances. I've always been a little bit more vocal than any other person.
That's where the experience comes.
That's why I was a head prefect in my primary school. I was a DHP in my O-level school. I have been in the hierarchy of leadership. And in Chitende, I chose to play a bit low. I won't lie. I was a bit low, but still, I mentored an HP. I was an HP who is even not from Chitende. That should also be noted. I was the first, I think, from amongst people who were new entrants. I was a new entrant who was not in ordinary level, but they still gave me the platform. And I was among the top performers. That should also be put on record.
Academically
in that that school. Fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't get the government scholarship I wanted, but Kyambogo gave me what I wanted.
And that's
how I end up in Kyambogo.
In Kyambogo University.
Yes.
You've had a brief background about our guild president. He's not a leader by mistake. Leaders are born. So someone who has been a leader from primary school, I think Kyambogo chose well. So when you came to Kyambogo, did you have that dream of becoming the guild president?
I think this question would have been best answered by the 17th Guild President. I call him Comrade Mbazira John Senior. In year 1, I came to this office as a fresher in semester 1 holiday. And I told 2021, I told the Guild President by then that one day I will be a Guild President and occupy the seat I'm in. Today I'm occupying the seat, so there is no mistake.
I'm sure he took it lightly.
He took it lightly, but that gave him too much reason to support me, and I really commend so many comrades that we worked with Mbazira's team. Comrade Morut Philip, Comrade Aksam. I had the finance minister in the 17th, Fiji Musali. I really credit those people because they mentored me into the Kyambogo space.
Okay.
They actually mentored me to be a GRC in year 1. They saw potential in me, and literally I looked at myself as someone maybe who would not have achieved a lot.
Speaking of being a GRC year 1, I was also in year 1 by then, but everyone would see capability in you. I remember I was talking to one of the former GRCs in the 18th, who was also actually contesting with you, Honorable Atek, and I asked her if you're to go through, who do you think should also go through? The lady told me that boy, actually called you a boy because she was in year 3 and you were in year 1. She said actually that person in year 1, I think he has all the capabilities. So yeah, I think it started from there.
Yes, so we were lucky to rub shoulders at a young age with the people who are influencing a lot, especially about the affairs of Kyambogo. And that is why I tell students that at the moment we may not have publicly achieved a lot, but when you follow in the books, we are going to achieve a lot. When we talked about a lot like policies,
we shall come there. we shall reach there. Yeah, because we really need to know where the policy enactment has reached, because that was the major thing during the campaigns. On the day of announcing, you were announced, and I saw a lot of jubilations at the streets of Kyambogo University. How did you feel as a person to go through?
I felt...
Did you expect it, or it also surprised you?
Right from the word go, I expected to win. Because it should also be put on record that I have never lost an election in my life. And if anyone really wants to lose, let them verse me in an election. Because me, I know one thing, that I either win or win. Because I have understood. For example, in that election, I would be wrong if I said, verbally, I would be wrong if I said I was the qualified man for the job. But if we are to assess the capabilities, especially the understanding of the terrain in Kyambogo, I had to be. I had been a leader twice. I had been a leader twice. I had been a GRC twice. I had been a minister. So I know the processes and procedures. I know the problems of students of Kyambogo.
In relation to your
opponents? In
opponents?
relation to my opponents by then. There is none of them that had ever been a leader in Kyambogo. There is none of them that had been a GRC. I would of course listen to them, and I would realize that of course politics is a dirty game. But deep inside I know these colleagues knew this guy is more experienced. That's why you see I went through a lot of fighting, because they knew what I can ably do, especially when I have a chance to reach a student.
Okay. Speaking of your opponents, You once shared the same camp with some of your opponents.
Very true.
I've mentioned Honorable Jackie Timothy, I've mentioned Honorable Nakaina himself, because in those two regimes, even when you are a minister, you're a person of National Unity Platform.
Very true.
So in the end, why UID?
In the end, why UID? I served in the 18th government with an FDC government, and students up to today complain of the things they think the 18th caused, but it is because I think students were misinformed. So why, I think the question should be, why serve in a NOP government? I served in that NOP government because of comradeship.
First, wait, do you have an identity? From the beginning, did you have an identity that I belong to this and this?
No, absolutely not.
Right.
But how I end up in UID is because I ended up, for example, in a NOP space. I won't hide it on camera, where they have the very manipulative politics. You take a point of the reality that you can't exist as a government when they don't give you elders. I know the elders are going to watch this, but they know how much they failed that government. I can reliably say one of the best guild presidents Kyambogo University has had is Wafula Edry. But the minds that were behind and forcing Wafula to do a few things here and there are the people we don't need in Kyambogo.
There are people they call mafia in the
those are the people where you would find I'm a justice minister, but a non-student is representing me on a forum as a justice minister.
Is that the reason as to why you are always saying those Kamocha boys?
Well, that's why I used to say in my campaigns that we have sent them home. We have to send them home. Today in my government, I can assure you, we have no elders, and leaders who are student leaders are doing things for themselves. I can tell you, because I have been through the process. I've been a GRC, I've been a minister before. I know how bad it is to disrespect anyone in that capacity. So I really leave people to do whatever they can, and I cannot suffocate their input. I only am here to contribute to what they do. That is it.
True. So, as you've said, they had influences. Someone might think, actually, I don't know if it's propaganda, if it's true, he's here to enlighten us that you are a Senate project. I'm not sure if you also heard about that.
Yes, of course, I heard a lot about it during the campaign.
So, how sure are we that you also don't have any influence behind you?
Now, when I was serving in the 18th government, I had no interest and I had no problems from the society. For example, the Kyambogo society. When I was the minister in the NUP government, no one said that I was a Senate minister. But simply because I challenged their ideology for president, they tagged me Senate. NUP is a very good party. It is a very strong opposition party. I'm not going to really disrespect them. But the culture of saying that whoever has money is working with the government, for example, and the culture of saying a student who has come with money and can push themselves in a campaign is a Senate project is a very big lie. I talked to the VC for the first time in my life when I was sworn in as a guild president.
When you were already a guild
When I was already a guild president. It's unfortunate that, of course, maybe we may not zoom in, but I would even share chats. I talked to this gentleman when I had entered office. But these people knew that there is nothing they would tell to the students except if they trashed me as a Senate project. Why didn't they call me Senate when I was working with them? Why did they call me Senate when I was shaping their government? Their government was in that as I shaped their government as a justice minister. I was literally a minister of guidance for 14 meetings. We formed an electoral commission. They didn't say it was Senate. They just have a problem that when you're not with them, they tell you that you're in management. I want to tell you something. From my little experience in Kyambogo politics, if a candidate has money
For example, to fund their campaign, they call them a Senate candidate. If a